Hi there traders, and welcome to Trade the Structure. We're going to walk through some live trades from today. So firstly, we've got the long. It was on the 5-minute trading day strategy. So that was a breakout to the top side. That netted us 30 points. That was actually a bit more than that. I think it was 33 points. So 3-point slippage in that, which was really nice. Positive slippage there. And then we'll talk about the two more shorts, so a bit later on. So I was a bit more patient today, and everything turned out really nicely. So what I'll do, I'll walk through firstly prep for the day, and then what we'll do is just talk about what I'm looking for and how it actually played out. So I'll show you both scenarios. I'll show you the start and the finish of the day, and then you'll get into the live trading. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, so this is a prep I send out to the Discord channel in the morning to our traders, and this is a 10-minute chart of the Hang Seng. So this is the overnight action. You'll see that it actually pushed up to 15,807, rejected that level, and it's ended down into the close. But the thing is, the US closes about, I think it's an hour or two later. So the US is actually pushing down. So I expected this to open weak. Now I didn't know if it's going to open down through 15,580 support, or push into it, retest it, and keep going lower. But either way, I was looking for some negativity during the session. All right, so basically looking for a sell-off. So I want to be working shorts, potentially off that 15,508, whether it goes through, retests it from beneath, and then goes down, so you get a short set up on that side, or whether it sort of goes down, consolidates through, like in the green, and then pushes down from there. But either way, I'm looking for that offer zone at 15,580, and a move down to that 15,298 bid zone. And this is how it ended up, another 10-minute chart. You can see the market did open down weaker, and it opened well below that 15,580 area. It did push straight back up, and that's where we got the long on for the strategy. It was a long for the breakout just on the open there. Made the 30 points, watched it push up into that 15,580, test the area, and then head south. And it pushed all the way back down. Like we said, we went from that offer zone to the bid zone at 15,298. So it worked out really well, all in all. And we got some shorts on that move down from there. Okay, time to get into the live action, the fun stuff. So what I'm doing here is just preparing the levels for the 5-minute trading day strategy, just getting the low and high marked up, trying to get my levels right, and then just getting ready for when the market starts to open. It's probably only a few minutes away here, but you'll see the first order will be placed in just a moment. But what I'll do, there you go, just placed in the, I think it's the sell side. There you are. So you can see the entry order is at around, was it 15,387.5, with my stop is 30 points above. Profit target is 30 points below that. From there, what I'll do is wait for the top side, because it's, you can see the market's going up. We're on a 1-minute chart. I have to wait for that last, 30 seconds or so, and I've got to make sure that the strategy doesn't break the rules for entry. So I'm really just waiting to see how it plays out, and then putting that second order in the upside, so the buy side, a bit later on, just before the market opens. So both orders are in there. You can see on the downside the sell order, like we just discussed before, and on the upside the 15,553 is the entry for the long side. And you can see the market's just teetering on there now. It's about to open, I think. And I have a few chart issues, so I'll just close it down. You'll see this flip over in just a moment. There you go. And we've got the long trade here. So it's actually just executed it. Was at 15,553. And then I'm just waiting to see if I've got a profit target automatically in there at 15,583. And the stop, the protective stop, is at 15,523. You see those. So let's just fast forward it from here. And we are out. Okay, so 30 points locked away there. It was a nice little breakout there through the top side. It took a couple of minutes to go on, and there you go, just cancelling the orders. So make sure you don't leave any orders in there if you're going to trade it. And that was another handy win for the 5-minute trading day strategy. Let's get on to the shorts. So to start with, I thought I'd walk through the actual reason behind the trade before we get into looking at the live trade play out. So this is a 5-minute chart. It's a snapshot of the 5-minute chart anyway, and just I've marked up some key areas or key points that I want to explain to you. So you've got, obviously we've got the market's gap down on the open, and it's pushed back up. It's pushed back up into that, was it 15,580 resistance area. It's tested it from beneath, and then it started to fail. And that's where I got short after that. So the reasoning behind why I did actually get short, you can see I've got two areas marked up as liquidity grabs. Now this happens time and time again, especially when you're looking at, not so much, it happens on the 1 minute, but I look at the 5-minute chart and I look for these kind of areas, especially when it's trying to push up or trying to push down. You get, in this case, when it's trying to push up, it'll just get that liquidity grab on the downside, wick through the previous candle low, and then go straight back up again. So it did that twice. But the second time around, when it actually wicked through the previous candle, that was, I've got a point A, well, I've just off-center point A there. So that was a red candle there. You can see the low, it wicked through the previous candle low, went straight back up, but it finished below the high. So I was expecting on point B, the next red candle, I was actually expecting now, if it doesn't go up through the high and continue on up, Then what we've got is a situation where I think it's going to roll over, and that candle there, it gave two things. It gave it an inside little minor double top. I call it a retest fail between those two candles, A and B, and it was an inside candle. Okay, so really for me, from there on in, what I was looking at from the following candle just after B, when you got that expansion to the downside, I'm looking at the 1 minute, trying to look for those areas to get short. I'm looking from a shoulder, or I'm looking for something to play out with respect to my entry setups. And here is that same price action, but on a 1 minute chart. So you can see, point A and point B. That's the same area as the two candles. The important thing is you got that little minor RTF that I talked about, and then you got the shoulder, which is basically from point B onwards is the shoulder. So that's roughly where I start to enter into the market and get short. Okay, time for the fun stuff, the two live trades. So you'll see these two candles here, the last two candles on the chart, the far right hand side of the chart. I'll put an order in to sell on stop just as they get broken. I'm just watching at the moment. I'll see that rejection up the top. It's happened a couple of times. You got the green candle, it sort of spiked up, rejected. The next candle's a red, it got a bit higher, rejected that a bit more savagely. So what I'm looking for that, I'm really looking for that confirmation that's going to be a lower high. I want to sell it when it starts to come down. So there you go, the order's just placed there. I've got a 40-point stop loss on that. No target at the moment, so I just want to watch that price action play out, and I want to be able to adjust and manage my risk as I go. With my style, I'm trying to get in nice and early when that price action is unknown, okay? Rather than getting when it's the known and you've got the market has already started to trend down, okay? There is a style for that, but when I'm looking for is to try and get in nice and early when the outlook or the outcome is unknown, and you're selling to the traders when it becomes more known. You're going to be selling back to them or getting out or exiting in that kind of a market. Okay, so sometimes it does get it gets a bit tight on the entries, and it can get a bit more risky, but the payouts are a lot better. So let's sit back and let's watch those trades play out. Okay, just getting down to the final stage of the trade. There you go, just closed out the last part of the trade there. So we had the two shorts on. Short coming into that 15,500 level, we closed that out and then it reset up again. So we got short again and just closed out the last part there, the last partial exit. Well, that's it. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed that. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do, and give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed what you hear. There'll be much more to come. All right, speak to you again soon.